guys, well welcome back for session 3. I just want to again review our little group norms that we have here. We agreed to be respectful, be on time, good learners, and to have no cell phones, and you all initialed that you are willing to agree to those. I just want you to shake your heads in agreement if you're still willing to follow those. Alright. So, in speaking with you individually, I realized that not everybody is on the same page of completing our college applications. So I decided that for our third meeting today that we're going to work a little on our time management, because I'm sensing from you guys that maybe our priorities are not where they should be. So today we're going to do a few little activities to help you go ahead and assess where your priorities are. So the first thing I have for you is a wheel of productivity. One for each of you. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 different colors. Pick 6 different colors. It doesn't really matter which. And you guys can share between you two if you each can find 6. And what you're going to do is in the center of your wheel, there are 6 different categories. You're going to pick a color for each category. So the first one is attend school. Whichever color you're holding in your hand right now, go ahead and color that little box, attend school. In the middle.
From the time that we start?
You're going to color the one in the middle first. And then you are going to color the wheel for the hours that you attend school. So notice it's not like a normal clock. It starts at midnight and it goes to noon on the bottom. So we attend school probably from about 6:30. Most of you were here by 6:30 since we started at 7. And to about 2:30. So you're going to color everything in the wheel that has where you're attending school. Then go ahead and pick your next color. Color in the middle for your homework. And then you're going to color in the wheel what amount of time you spend doing homework on an average day. When and what times do you do your homework?
And so I can skip ahead to like 9 o'clock at night?
You can skip ahead. If you don't start homework till 9 o'clock at night, go ahead and start at 9 o'clock. Okay, and if you're working ahead, go ahead for the next one. Let's do sleep. We're going to skip a category and do sleep. Color in when you normally sleep. Okay, go ahead and skip one down to the extracurricular activities. So if you're involved in any clubs or sports or you're doing community service, I'm going to consider all of that an extracurricular activity. And go ahead and color in when you do that kind of stuff. Okay, and so now your open holes should be fun and other. Go ahead and pick 2 colors and put in your fun if you have fun every day, or if there's no fun maybe on a day, but an average school day, but there's other. And then go ahead and color when you do the other. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to, we're going to do question number 3 on the very bottom of the sheet that says, what are you filling your time with? What colors? So look at your color wheel, look what you coded it, and then tell me out loud the word next to the color. What is the majority of your day spent doing?
Attend school.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel that what's most important to you is represented with a lot of color on your wheel? So if your sleep is more important to you, are you getting a lot of sleep? Or if your extracurricular is the most important to you, do you feel that you're getting a lot of that, or do you feel that it's something else?
feel like there's not enough time in the day to do all those things.
Okay, so there is not enough time to get
Yeah.
all of these things done on a daily basis. Who else feels that way? So we're all feeling not enough time. I agree with you. There is not enough time in our day to get all of our stuff done. How many of you feel like you do it just because this is how you have to do it, but maybe you would like to do it a different way?
Yeah,
Do you know how to do it a different way?
I don't.
Okay, so here is our next sheet, and one for each of you. This is a priority task sheet. Go ahead and keep out the same colors that you're using. And what I did is it's a two-part sheet. The first part is a to-do list. So what you do is you look at your wheel and look at all the stuff that you have to do. So go ahead and on your to-do list, make a list, and I have a lot of lines there. You may not need all those lines, that's actually okay. Look at your to-do list and look at your color wheel and put the things on there that you know you have to do every day. What do you have to do? Okay, seems like everybody's just about done. All right. Now, the stuff that you have to do every day, is all of that represented on your wheel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Now we're going to look at how you prioritize, because I do stuff sometimes that necessarily wasn't a priority, but I didn't know how to do something else. So I kind of just pretended it didn't exist to work my way around it. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the box on the right to help you prioritize, because as a couple of you said, there's not enough time in your day, and so if we list our priorities, then we might be able to do that better. So the first box, we are going to list things that are important and urgent. These are things that need to be done immediately. So when we're planning out our day, something that needs to be done immediately would get listed in that box, and it gets top billing. The box next to it are things that are important, but they're not urgent. So we need to learn how to plan time further down in our week to accomplish those things so they don't get stuck in the urgent and important because I didn't prioritize right. The next box is the stuff, it's not important, but it's urgent. So it's something that I need to take care of right away, like turn in a paper I've had sitting in my notebook forever. It's already done, it's important, and it's urgent, I just need to hand it in. And then the last box is stuff that is not important, it is not urgent, and we need to learn to stop doing that. Because sometimes we put that as our important urgent box, like checking our Twitter, checking our Facebook, checking our Instagram, checking our Snapchat. We put those as important that we have to do it all the time, but it's not really important or urgent. So this is the tool. These are some things I want to leave you with before you start working. One, when we put things on a list and we can check them off, no matter how we do it, we feel like less stress. And we feel like we're prioritizing. So we want to make sure that the first question is this task something that I need to do? I don't need to check my Facebook, but I do. Okay? We want to try to limit to no more than 8 tasks in a quadrant. So we need to learn how to plan out a little bit better. We want to try to finish tasks 2 and cross them off, because that helps us feel like we've prioritized. And we also don't want to let other people distract us. So other people that we seem as important, but they're not an urgent person, so like our best friend, they could be a distraction for us. So they might need to go in that box where we schedule time for them, and we don't let them overtake all of our important stuff. And then also, don't procrastinate. So I'm going to let you go ahead and work for a minute or 2 in your boxes to go ahead and list some things. Remember, the first box is tasks you're going to do, and then the next one is stuff you need a plan to do. And that last box, what is it that we need to start dropping from our day? looks like you're all just about done. How do you feel about prioritizing stuff? Do you feel less stress, more stress?
Both.
Yeah, it was kind of hard because sometimes, you know, I have to think too of what are my parents thinking are important or what do I think is important.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking sometimes. And I don't have homework every single night,
No.
so, but I said it's still important but non-urgent.
Yes.
I put the same, like I have an essay due on Friday, but right now I'm saying it's not urgent, it is important, but as long as I can make sure I'm prioritizing my English essay, I can do a little bit each night instead of trying to cram it all on Thursday night because it's due Friday, and then be stressed about that.
Yes. That's also important. That's a plan ahead. That's excellent, excellent category.
I did something very similar where I have a test on Friday, so I said I can study for that later in the week, but even if I spend just a little bit of time each day studying for it, then I can kind of prioritize a little bit better.
Okay.
Rest my time.
I like this because there's some things I don't really think about, or I try to pretend like it's not going to happen, and then it's a big problem later on. And I kind of surprised myself because I put spend time with my family as important but non-urgent, because usually I don't spend time with my family, but I really should spend time with them more, and I need to schedule it as part of my day.
Yes. Schedule is part of your day. That's the key for today's thing. How many of you are using a calendar? How many of you have a calendar for your teachers that give you an academic calendar, and you have a different one from like a coach or something else? You have different calendars that you work with.
Yeah.
Who has them all combined into one spot?
I do it on my phone.
One of you is using them all in the same spot. So my challenging, my homework for you this time is to find a calendar. I suggest opening up your app store on your phone because you guys are very social. And look for things like Tasky or like a reminder. They have things where you can start putting stuff in and it sends a message to you that says, hey, you have to do this. There are lots of free ones, so I would sort it by free first and pick something. And when I see you next week, I want to see that you've used it for at least a few days. You've tried an app, whether it's the remind that comes in with your phone already or something else, or a calendar, and you're using it every day to start planning in advance where all these things are going to fit. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to work on our time management. Thanks for coming today, and I will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.